Take care, Mike.
From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass., this is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Tonight, it's the Blue Sox with a record of 2-1, hosting the Wakefield Merchants with a record of 2-2 in the first of 4 meetings between the two teams this season. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. The Blue Sox swept the Merchants in 3 meetings last year. None of the meetings were particularly close, including an 11-1 victory by the Blue Sox in the final meeting of the season between these two teams last year. But, of course, Merchants can explode offensively at any time, and they are led at the top of the lineup by a man who's really evolved into one of the best all-around hitters in the Intercity League over the past couple of years. Bobby Lozano won the ICL MVP. And they will not have the services of Dylan Coster, who finished second behind Lozano in batting average last year. He is not on the roster. We will not have him tonight, that is. But, of course, the Merchants, always a contender. And always a tough out for the Blue Sox, even if they did sweep them in the season series last year. The Blue Sox take the field, and here are the starting lineups first for the visiting Wakefield Merchants in the traditional royal blue jerseys with gray pants, gray letters and numbers, and the gray and blue caps. Bobby Lozano leading it off in center field, followed by Scott Searles at second. Ryan Collins is at short. Chris Butler is at third. Kevin Lucy is in right. Trevor Ham is at first. Steve Rizzuto is the DH. Chris Capo is in left. And the veteran Joe Barry rounds out the lineup behind the plate. On the mound for the Merchants will be James McNamara, making his second start of the season. McNamara took the loss on June 3rd against Andre, going 5 innings, allowing 5 hits and 5 runs, 4 of which are earned, walked 3, and struck out 5. For the Blue Sox and the Pearly Whites, all white caps, jerseys, and pants. White and blue cap with the Blue Sox hanging socks logo with the American flag embossed inside. It'll be Aaron Barboza leading it off in right field, followed by Ross Curley at short. Richie Burgos is at third. Julian Alvarez is the DH. Kyle Adey is in left. Morgan Brown is at second. Josue Feliciano is at first. Greg Goolsby is behind the plate, and Dominic Zaire rounds out the lineup in center field. On the mound for the Blue Sox will be Mike Gianellis, making his first start of the season. Last year in 6 appearances, went 1-1 with a 1.81 ERA in 27 innings. He allowed 27 hits, 10 runs, 7 of which are earned, walked 8, struck out 21, but surrendered 2 home runs. Last year in the postseason, Gianellis was 1-1 with a ERA of under .6, 12 innings, allowed 10 hits, 3 runs, 1 of which was earned, walked none, and struck out 8. So we are just about set for some baseball, and here is Bobby Lozano. Lozano's got power, he's got speed, he's a real 5-tool player for the Merchants, a rare find here in the Intercity League. Lozano, though, off to a relatively slow start, batting .250 with 2 RBIs, 2 hits and 8 at-bats, both of which are singles. First pitch is at 7:59 p.m., and it's in there for strike 1. We're underway. This is grounded to the left side. Curley's got it. He'll fire on to first. Throw pulls Feliciano off the bag, but it pulls him right into the path of Lozano so he can tag him out for the first out of the ball game. So that'll bring up Scott Searles, who we saw earlier this week managing the Melrose High School varsity baseball team in the tournament game against Greater Lowell here on LSP. As that's strike 1 to Scott. Scott's been the shortstop for much of his Merchants career as he's behind 0-2, but he's playing second base tonight. Upstairs for ball 1. Searles 0 for 3 in limited action this season. That also misses high, and it is 2-2 to Scott. This is into center field. In comes Dom, and he'll make the catch on the run for out number 2. That'll bring up Ryan Collins, the shortstop. Collins batting .308, no RBIs, 1 double among his 4 hits. And he takes low for ball 1. Foul tip into the mitt of Goolsby for strike 1. Collins in his 3rd season with the Merchants as he takes strike 2. Career .298 hitter. At .337 last year with a homer and 19 RBIs. That bounces to the plate. 2-2. Collins last year batted .200 against the Blue Sox with 1 RBI and 1 run scored. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 for Gianellis. And after half an inning, Merchants nothing, Blue Sox coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. To the bottom of the first we go, and here is Aaron Barboza leading things off for the Blue Sox. Barb's playing in his first game since the season opener against the Alabrandies, in which he went 1 for 4 with a run scored and a walk. And the first pitch to him from McNamara is up and away for ball 1. This is the only Friday night home game on the schedule to begin the season for the Blue Sox as Barb's comes up empty for strike 1. Of course, with already 2 games having to be rescheduled, very real possibility one of them could get moved to a Friday night later in the season, but as it stands right now, no other Friday night home games for the Blue Sox. And, Friday Night Lights, as Rick always says, Friday night is the best night to win a ball game. As that's fouled off for strike 2, and it's on to Worthen Road. Oh! We have an official broadcast and official insurance claim coming up, I think. Nearly hit a passing car, then took the chunk out of the side of a trunk. The 2-2. This is reached for and fouled off the other way. Still 2-2 to Barboza. It'll be Barboza, Curley, and Burgos to up here in the bottom of the first. You'll notice the flag is blown out. Wind blowing out towards right field as the flag is blown, as you can see in the right side of your screen, as Barbosa is lucky to foul that one off. Doesn't feel that windy down here, but the players can get a ball up into the air. They may have a chance to run for days. 2-2 once again. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Barbs goes down on strikes. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Here's Roscoe. Ross 2 for 10, but with 3 RBIs and 3 walks. And one of his 2 hits a double. That's down and away for ball 1. Tuesday night against the Mad Dogs, Ross went 1 for 4, the runs scored and 2 RBIs. Two 2-0. At the knees, strike 1. And McNamara back in the count at 2-1. Blue Sox entering play tied for 3rd in the ICL standings with the Alabrandis. Well, they would hold the head-to-head tiebreaker. Strike 2. Merchants tied for 5th with Malden at 2-2. All teams looking up right now at Andre and Redding, who lead the league at 3-1. Ross pops this one up behind first base and took a little bit of a turn on the first baseman Ham, but he makes the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Richie Burgos getting the start at third base tonight. Burgos back in the lineup after missing Tuesday night's game. He's batting .333 through the first 2 games. And he takes strike 1. It's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the season opener against the Alabrandis. That was 0 for 3 against Melrose the following night. 1-1. On base percentage is good. He's at 500. OPS of 833 right now. Strike 2, 1-2. First time the Blue Sox have faced McNamara, as this is ground to the left side. It'll be fielded by Collins on to first. In time, the side is retired. Both pitchers get a 1-2-3 inning in the first. After 1 complete, no score, this is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Top of the second, middle third of the order, due up for the Merchants here at center field at Lexington High School. Chris Butler, Kevin Lucy, and Trevor Ham. Here's Butler, who laces this one into the left center field gap for a base hit. It'll be picked up by the left fielder, 80. And the first hit of the ball game comes on the first pitch at the top of the second. That'll bring up Kevin Lucy, the right fielder. And Lucy off to a fast start, 357 with a double, triple, and 5 RBIs. He'll take outside for ball 1. Reasonable way to start your Intercity League career, Lucy. His first season with the Merchants, OPS of 971. As a two-seamer misses inside, and it's 2-0. Lucy tied for third in the ICL in RBIs, behind Kyle Hawes of Reading and Dave Center of Melrose. 2-1 as that one's fouled off. Ways to go for the OPS title, though. Right now, everyone looking up at Brady Chant of Somerville, as that's in there for strike 2. And Josue Feliciano, second in the league in OPS right now at 1636. Two. Pop down the right field line. There goes Sway into foul territory, and he gets out of play. Trevor Ham on deck, and if we get that far, Steve Rizzuto. Now, Ginel's just looking for a double play ball. Lucy rifles this one down the third baseline on a couple of hops foul. Remains 2-2. Butler not really a threat to run. He's only attempted 1 stolen base in his 4-year ICL career, although it was successful. Up and away, full count. See if Butler has a green light to run here. Gene Ellis comes set. Pitch runner does not go, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. So valiant at bat by Lucy, but he comes up empty against Gene Ellis, who picks up his second strikeout. And there's one down for Trevor Ham, the first baseman. Ham bloops this one into right field, and this will get down for his first hit of the year, and it rolls towards the wall. Ham's on his way to second. The throw to the infield will be cut off, and it's a double for Ham, who was 0 for 5 up to that point this season. Second and third, 1 out. So that'll bring up Steve Rizzuto, the DH. Rizzuto 0 for 2 with a run scored this season. And he grounds this one to the left side. They will not, oh my goodness. Ross Curley had a play at home, and then he bobbled it on the transfer. That's going to be a run scored, and Wakefield takes the lead 1-0. Well, the double play back in order, if that's any consolation. As that's a swing and a miss by Chris Capo, the left fielder. Oh and 1 to Capo's batting .375 with a triple. No RBIs, though. Down and away for ball 1. Check swing. They'll appeal, and he went around, says the infield umpire, and that'll be strike 2, 1-2. He went around. Good slider there by Gianellis. Strike 3, his third strikeout already. 2 down for the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Joe Barry. Barry 0 for 4, but with 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs this season in 2 games. As this is popped up into foul territory, Goolsby and Feliciano give it a look, but it gets out of play for strike 1. Oh, excuse me, Schroeder, not Goolsby, my mistake. Breaking ball inside, 1-1. Strike 2 on the outside corner, 1-2. This is a little blooper into the infield, and Curley and Brown collide. Curley and Brown collide, but Curley makes the catch. And the side's retired. 1 run scores, and after 1.5, Wakefield up 1-0. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Middle third of the order due up for the Blue Sox here in the bottom of the second, Alvarez, 80, and Brown. The scoring play for the Merchants was an E6 no RBI. So 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error and 2 left in that top of the second. Alvarez leading things off here in the bottom of the second, and he takes strike 1. Alvarez 333 with 3 RBIs to begin the season. But he's behind 0-2 to McNamara. Again, the first time the Blue Sox have faced McNamara, and the first time McNamara has faced the Blue Sox. As that is down and away for ball 1. McNamara's second ICL start, and he really got thrown into the fire to begin his Merchants career. Faced the Chiefs, his first start, and now here he is against the reigning ICL champs. He's holding his own here, ahead of Alvarez 1-2, but now he bounces that one to the plate, and it's 2-2. Got through a relatively easy bottom of the first, and then his offense gave him a run to work with. Alvarez with the day-glow orange spikes comes up empty for strike 3. Second strikeout for McNamara, and there's one down for Kyle Adey, the left fielder. Adey's played in all 3 games thus far. Is batting .300 with 1 RBI and 3 walks, good for a .462 on-base percentage. Looking for his first extra base hit of the year, though. And he takes down and away ball 1. And Adey ahead 2-0. This is laced up the middle and through out of the reach of Searles for a base hit. First base hit of the ball game for the Blue Sox comes with 1 out in the bottom of the second. One other game on the ICL docket tonight. Somerville's over at Morelli Field taking on Melrose right now. Here is Morgan Brown. Going to start second base tonight, and that runs inside for ball 1. Throw over to first and back safely is Adey. Blue Sox are the only team in the Intercity League thus far through the first week and a half, 2 weeks of the season without a stolen base. He's got good wheels. He could change that. They lead the league in team batting average, 3rd in slugging percentage, 2nd in on-base percentage. But all 4 of the Blue Sox extra base hits are doubles. Comes back over the plate for strike 2. A little bit of a cut there. Front door cutter there against the right-hander Morgan Brown. The 2-2 is a little chopper, and that will get speared off the hop by the third baseman Butler, but Morgan will reach for a base hit. I didn't know if it was going to go over his head for a second, but regardless, Morgan reaches. And it's back-to-back hits with 1 out here in the bottom of the second, putting the tying run in scoring position for Josue Feliciano. He had the 2nd best OPS in the ICL this year. As that is down and away for ball 1. Below the knees, 2-0. Sway with 8 hits and 11 at-bats. 2 of them are doubles, 1 RBI, 4 runs scored. Yes, he even has a sac bunt to his name. He grounds this one, picked up by the third baseman. Butler steps on the bag for 1, on to first, skips away from the first baseman Ham. Feliciano reaches, and the runners will go to second and third. So Mitch Schroeder, that is a fielder's choice 5, and then the E5. Schroeder with a chance to maybe put the Blue Sox on top with a base hit. And that hit him. Ooh. That took a chunk out of his back there. Could hear his reaction. So the bases are loaded for Dominic Zaire. And he came up big in these moments in the postseason. Last year, of course. Schroeder, by the way, playing his second game. He's 1 for 1. Full windup by McNamara, and the pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. Bases loaded, 2 out here in the bottom of the second. Down low for ball 1 to even the count. And Zaire strokes this one into left center field, and this is off the base of the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Here comes the third. And it is a bases clearing double for Dominic Zaire, and just like that, the Blue Sox lead 3-1. He's had to hesitate for a bit. It was hit very high. I didn't know if it was going to get out or caught. It just landed. And Dominic Zaire picks up his first base hit of the year. Picks up RBIs 1, 2, and 3. And the Blue Sox up 3-1 with 1 swing of the bat. So the lineup turns over for Aaron Barboza. Up and away for ball 1. And now that the Blue Sox have seen McNamara a turn through the order, what more damage can they do against this ICL rookie? As that skips to the plate, it's blocked by Berry, no advance by Zaire, and it is 2-0. Dominic Zaire with his first 3 RBIs on his first hit of the season. As this is popped up on the infield, in comes Collins, and he makes the catch for the out that retires the side, but no, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error and 1 left. And after 2 complete, Blue Sox 3, Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at LexingtonBlueSox.com, Facebook.com/LexingtonBlueSox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. Top of the third, it'll be the top third of the order due up for the Merchants. Bobby Lozano, Scott Searles, and Ryan Collins. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left for the Merchants. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left for the Blue Sox. Lozano grounded out to short, his first time up leading off the ball game, and he takes down and away ball 1. Strike 1. The way Zaire hit that ball for his 3-run double, as this is popped up into shallow left, in comes 80 for out number 1. The way Zaire hit that ball for his double just now I don't think he hit that as hard as Alvarez hit his sac fly against Melrose last Monday. Like I thought 80 got under that even more than Alvarez did. As that is swung on miss by Scott Searles for strike one. But clearly very different results on the two hits. You know, I play MLB The Show, and people on the MLB The Show subreddit complain about about not getting good contact on balls that they hit, that they square up with the PCI, and basically, like, this was that in real life. Like, baseball isn't an exact science. It never has been and never will be. A awkward check swing and a miss by Scott Searles, and he is down for out number 2, and he is 0 for 2 after that fly out to center in the first. Like, computers have solved chess. They've even solved fixed limit Texas Hold'em. They're never going to be able to solve baseball. Like, advanced metrics are good and all, but, you know, games aren't played on paper and they're not played on computers. They're played on the field. Strike 2. I just wish we knew what exactly the formula for WAR was. Is Gianellis picks up another strikeout. He's got 5 through the first 3 innings after 2.5. Blue Sox up on the Merchants 3-1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede Collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. We go to the bottom of the third. Will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Blue Sox: Ross Curley, Richie Burgos, and Julian Alvarez. And the first pitch is down and away to Ross for ball 1, who popped up to first his first time up. Just fixing the picture for a second, folks. As that is down and away for ball 2, 2-0. Ross ahead 3-0, and he takes a 2-seamer on the inside corner for strike 1. McNamara back in the count at 3-1. Still a good count for Ross. Professional hitter. 3-2. And that skips to the plate for ball 4, and Ross works a leadoff walk. Leadoff man aboard for the first time for the Blue Sox, and here is Richie Burgos, who grounded out to short to end the first, his first time up. And Richie hits this one into left field. It'll be caught on the run by the left fielder, Capo, for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jules. Struck out swinging leading off the bottom of the second. So you go from Burgos with the Judy Garland red batting gloves to runner goes from first, pitches high, throw down to second, and it is not in time. And Ross has the first stolen base of the year for the Blue Sox. But as I was saying, you go from Richie with the Judy Garland Wizard of Oz ruby red batting gloves to Julian with the highlighter orange spikes. 1-0 the count. 2-0. Runner in scoring position for the Blue Sox. Their leadoff walk and the first stolen base of the year for the Blue Sox by Ross Curley. As an excuse me swing is fouled down the first baseline for strike one. Both teams' runs coming in the second inning with one run by the Merchants on a error by Curley and then a bases clearing double by Domzare in the bottom half of the second. As that is fouled off for strike two as Jules got under that one a little bit too much. Ball three. As Alvarez had to duck out of the way of that slider. Ross also bluffed off of second with that pitch. As Alvarez pops this one foul and out of play. Stays alive at 3-2. Kyle Adey is on deck. Second full count of the inning for McNamara, and it's the second walk of the inning. Puts the double play back in order for McNamara, though, as that brings up Adey. Adey singled his first time up and then was retired on a fielder's choice. That's low for ball one. This is grounded to the right side, and it gets past the second baseman, Searles. In to score is Curley, and it is 4-1. Still one down, still runners at first and second. Here's Morgan Brown, who singled his first time up and scored. As he fouls that one off for strike one. For Adey, that's his second RBI in as many games. Inside corner, strike two to Morgan. Morgan checks this one back to the pitcher. Throw pulls the first baseman Ham off the bag. It's the only play they can get, so it'll be second and third, 2 out, as it works as a sort of a sacrifice. And here's Josue Feliciano. Feliciano reached on fielder's choice and scored last inning. And he wants to try and bunt a run home, and he takes down and away ball one. Third baseman Butler a little bit in here, maybe anticipating another bunt attempt from Sway, but now he's ahead 2-0. And this is a count where he might try to slap one up the middle and bring home 2. And he'll ground this one to the left side. It'll be fielded by Collins on to first for the out that retires the side. Blue Sox get 1 more but leave 2. And after 3 complete, 4-1 Blue Sox. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. I want to take this time to congratulate my cousin Laura Mosheri and her fiance Simon Van Dyke on their wedding, which I will be attending this weekend. So no broadcast this weekend here on LSP, but congratulations to Laura and Simon. I'll see you tomorrow in Michigan. LSP's next broadcast Tuesday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host their arch rivals, the Andre Chiefs, in the first of 4 meetings this season. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. First pitch of the top of the 4th is popped up by Chris Butler, and it will be Ross Curley making the catch for out number 1, calling off the third baseman Burgos. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and Butler is retired, and he's now 1 for 2. And that'll bring up Kevin Lucy, who struck out swinging his first time up in the 2nd. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, not 1 errors. 2 left for the Merchants. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 errors. 1 errors. 3 left. I accidentally the language. Burgos with a cannon to first. Not in time as Sway couldn't pick it. That'll be an infield single as that was a kind of a slowly hit grounder to third. Burgos with the arm to try and compensate, but Lucy is aboard with the 3rd hit of the night for the Merchants, and that brings up Trevor Ham, the first baseman, who doubled his first time up, and he takes downstairs for ball 1. That's fouled off. So 15 batters thus far for Gianellis. He's thrown 13 first pitch strikes. If you play MLB The Show, you'd be getting an obnoxious notification from Dan Plesac right now about that number, but it's still pretty impressive. He's getting ahead of hitters. This is grounded to short, could be 2. Curley to Brown for 1, on to first, routine. 6-4-3 double play, and the side is retired. After 3.5, we're halfway home. It is the Blue Sox 4, the Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. First pitch to Mitch Schroeder is ball one. Schroeder was hit by a pitch and scored his first time up. He takes strike one. And now it is 1-1. 2-1 to Schroeder. Schroeder even in the count 2-2 after found that last one off. Schroeder, Zaire, and Barboza, as that is ball three. And another full count for McNamara. Gianellis has been getting ahead of hitters and working very economically. This is a broken bat, and that goes flying over towards the shortstop, Collins. Well, more for the Fire this winter. I mean, you talk about, Mariano Rivera's cutter breaking bats, but you don't really think of that being a righty-on-righty sort of thing. Listen, Rob was kind enough to sponsor a couple of broadcasts last year. I'm not going to talk trash about his equipment. It's very fine. I'm not saying this. Anyways, strike three called to Schroeder. One down, that brings up Dominic Zaire as the difference in this ball game, a bases clearing double with 2 out in the bottom of the second. Wooden bats break. What do you want? 1-0 to Dom. Two and 0. Again with McNamara falling behind another Blue Sox hitter. He's behind 3-0. 3-ball counts aplenty. For all the deep counts, all the 3-ball counts McNamara's been getting into, as that's ball 4, 4-pitch walk. Keeping the Merchants within striking distance here, within 3 here in the bottom of the 4th isn't necessarily a bad place to be, all things considered. Well then there's the contrast. Like Bruce just said, 18 batters, only 6 first pitch strikes for McNamara. Back safely is Zaire, as that's one way to negate those walks. Try to pick off the runner at first, rather. As Barboza skies this one into right, and this will be caught by the right fielder, Lucy, for out number 2. 1 pitch out will save McNamara's arm a little bit more. Now here is Ross Curley. Ross walked and scored last inning. Looked to be in a good spot for Ross to take it, but first pitch strike for McNamara. Throw back to first, and Zaire back safely. Fouled off, and that'll make the count 0-2. No chance for Zaire to run on what could have been a passed ball if Ross didn't make contact. Zaire didn't attempt a stolen base at all last year. Ross behind 0-2, and he swings and misses, 4-strike-3. So for all our talk about falling behind batters, he gets the last 2 batters of the inning on 1 pitch and 3 pitches. After 4 complete, Blue Sox 4, Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Gianellis ready to go to work. Steve Rizzuto will lead things off. He reached on the error that brought home the only Merchants run thus far in the second. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left for the Merchants. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 left for the Blue Sox. In there, 4-strike-1 to Rizzuto. Check swing, and that's in there for strike 2. Slider being Gianellis' best friend tonight. One and 2 to Steve Rizzuto. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Gianellis picks up another strikeout. He's got 6 through 4 1/3. 1 down for Chris Capo, the left fielder, who struck out swinging his first time up in the second. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Boy, Gianellis has just been living out there, and it's not even necessarily like, it's right on the black. It's a good call, and the Merchants batters haven't been able to adjust. So that one looked to be good, as it looked like it caught the inside corner coming back over the plate, but it did not. And it is 1-1. After the errors led to the run scored by the Merchants in the second, that's down and away 2-1. Gianellis has really been in control. He didn't let the situation take over him. He had first and second, 1 out, and since then he's faced the minimum. Only base runner since that time was a single by Lucy in the 4th. That was erased the following batter on a 6-4-3 double play. As this is grounded to second, Brown with the bare hand and the throw to first. 2 down. So Joe Barry will try to keep the line moving. He popped up to short to end the top of the second. Right now our crimson-colored brethren are leading the Orioles 8-1 in the 5th. That misses for ball 1, a rare first pitch ball for Mike. Jackie Bradley Jr. with a home run. 1-1. Yeah. Misses down and away, 2-1. Right now the 2 spots that Mike seems to love are over the middle at the knees and on the very outside corner to right-handed batters. And he's even in the count 2-2 to Barry. Little pop-up. Sway and Brown going out, and Brown makes the catch for the out that retires the side. Another 1-2-3 inning for Gianellis. He has faced the minimum since that error that led to the run. And after 4.5, it is still the Blue Sox 4 and the Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Heart of the order due up for the Blue Sox here in the bottom of the 5th. Richie Burgos, Julian Alvarez, and Kyle Adey. Against James McNamara, who's thrown 4 innings, and he's only allowed 4 hits, but 4 runs. Richie takes strike 1, 0-1. Richie's 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a fly out to left. Down and away for ball 1. Richie and Aaron are the only batters in the Blue Sox lineup tonight who have yet to reach base. Adey's done it twice. Zara's done it twice. As Richie skies this one into center field, over goes Lozano, and he makes the catch on the run for out number 1. Lozano had a long way to go to his left and then in a little bit to make that catch. Respecting the power of Burgos playing deep for him, but Burgos got under that one a little bit too much. Here's Alvarez. He walked his last time up. He's 0 for 1. And he takes strike 1. Looks like there's action warming for the Merchants. Behind us, left-hander. As this is popped foul. And Julian's behind 0-2. Looks to be action warming for the Blue Sox as well. Check swing up and away, ball 1. Junior Pena warming up, who had a very good showing down on the Cape last Saturday. 2-2. Mandel Carmen also here tonight in case we need him for a save. And from 0-2 to 3-2 for Jules. He's playing taps right now. Yeah, what? I don't know why we'd be playing taps right now. It's not like there's a military cemetery around here. It's coming from over where Hayden is, right? Did that happen at the Melrose game? Okay. Maybe I was just so engrossed in it was because if it was about around this time, then that was the time when the Blue Sox had the bases loaded, and then Jules hit that big sacrifice fly. I was more focused on the game, but it's so strange that somebody's playing taps around here. That's a pretty strong trumpet if that's. And now there's fireworks? I mean, today's Flag Day. As 80 skies this one to center field. Back goes Lozano all the way to the wall. It's off the wall. 80 is around second. He's on his way to third. He'll get there with a stand-up triple. Our first non-double extra base hit of the year. That'll help the ISO a little bit. 83 for 3 with the 2 singles. And now here's Morgan Brown with 2 outs trying to keep the line moving, make it a 4-run ball game. It would be a natural cycle, too, if he had the double the last time. Yeah. Yep. Well, Shohei Ohtani became the first Japanese player in Major League history to hit for the cycle the other night against Tampa. Delayed strike call, and Brown is behind 0-2. I mean, well, Ichiro was never a power hitter. You wouldn't necessarily expect him to poke one out of the yard, and Hideki Matsui wasn't very fast. I don't think someone with Matsui's speed could really get a triple very easily at the old Yankee Stadium, though. And he was a left-handed hitter, so you hit it to the left field. It's so short down there, you're lucky to get a double at that point. As Brown strikes out and the side is retired, we will continue debating what it takes to be good enough to hit a triple after this. 4-1 after 5. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at LexingtonBlueSox.com, Facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. So Junior Pena will be thrust into the game with a 3-run lead here in the top of the 6th, and he's got a tough test with Bobby Lozano due up here. He's 0 for 2, though, with a ground out to short and a fly out to left. As Pena just gets the outside corner for strike 1. Pena, former Kansas City Royals farmhand. as that is down and away for ball one. Pena making his first official appearance for the Blue Sox. Worked 2 strong innings against the Kettleers. Great curveball there, and Lozano swings over the top of it for strike 2. 1-2 the count to the reigning ICL MVP, Bobby Lozano. Fastball catches the outside corner for strike 3 called. 1 down. Couple other defensive changes for the Blue Sox. Alex Wojtek is in the game at first base for Sway, and Rory Bordick is in at second for Morgan Brown, as that breaking ball can't catch the inside corner against Scott Searles for ball 1. Searles 0 for 2 with a fly out to center, strikeout swinging. Mike Gianellis goes 5 innings, allows 3 hits, 1 unearned run, and strikes out 6, as Barboza makes a nice catch on the run for out number 2. Gianellis with no walks, 6 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed, and 1 unearned run. A great start for Gianellis as he hopes to get his first win of 2019. Here's Ryan Collins, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he comes up empty for strike 1. Blue Sox in the bottom half of the 6th inning looking for a little insurance. We'll have Wojtek, Schroeder, and Zerdu up, as that is low for ball 1. So is that coming from Hanscom? It's got to be, right? But Hanscom is, I think it feels like it's closer than Hanscom. Down and away 2-1. But is it the Iranians or a UFO? 2-1 the count to Collins. The pitch. Fastball misses the outside corner, 3-1. Chris Butler on deck. Misses inside, ball 4 of the 2-seam fastball. And the Merchants have drawn their first walk of the ball game. Tying run now moves into the on-deck circle. Chris Butler at bat. Singled and scored the only Merchants run back in the 2nd. Popped up to short in the 4th. And Schroeder couldn't frame it there, and it's ball 1. Runner takes off. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down to second is offline. It's a stolen base for Collins as he moves into scoring position. One and one the count to Butler. Collins getting a big lead at second. That's in the dirt, gets away from Schroeder, and up to third goes Collins. It's a wild pitch. Now Schroeder going out to have a word with Pena. Two and one the count to Butler. Runner at third. As this is a broken bat pop-up. Scooping it is Burgos, and Wojtek stays on the bag for the out that retires the side. Dave Elligood's going to protest, but as I don't know, first of all, I don't know what Collins was doing holding at third. The umpires are going to discuss this. This might not be the end of the inning. So the Blue Sox shouldn't. No, he's out. Call stands, and the side is retired. Great stretch by Wojtek to hang on to that one. I'm sorry? Oh my God! Yeah. Well, we don't have the camera. We don't have the camera on Alex's facial expression. Did you see his facial expression laying out for that one in the Yankees series? Yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but 4-1 Blue Sox after 5.5. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede Collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. Alex Wojtek up for his first at-bat of the night, coming in defensively for Sway. Wojtek 4 for 6 in the early going with a double and 1 RBI. As Wojtek fouls that one off for strike 1. Going back to that play that Steve Pearce made, closing out the division series against the Yankees. I was watching when the game happened, rewound the broadcast, and watched the slow motion replay of Steve Pearce looking that throw in, stretching out for it, and he had the greatest look on his face, like he was admiring, like, stretching out. And I posted on Twitter. It was like I posted on Twitter. I said, like, find someone who looks at you the way Steve Pearce looks at this throw. No. But anyways, 2-2 the count. Wojtek, Schroeder, and Zaire due up here in the bottom of the 6th as the Blue Sox look for some insurance. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for strike 3 called. Wojtek is down on strikes. And McNamara has one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Here is Schroeder. Schroeder was hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd and struck out looking in the 4th. That misses low for ball 1 to Mitch. One and 1 the count. And Schroeder pops this one down the right field line. There's a lot of room here for Lucy to cover. He dives, and he could not make the catch. Going all the way into to the edge of foul territory, out towards the gravel path, and it is a loud strike 2. Mandel Carmen's grabbed a bat and is in the on-deck circle. As that is fouled off. Schroeder still alive. McNamara winds and delivers. This is laced into center field, and Schroeder's got his first hit of the ball game. So Manny Del Carmen will get his first at-bat of 2019. Yeah, I know, right? Pinch hitting for Dominic Zaire, the center fielder in the number 9 spot. Throw back to first. And back safely, Schroeder. Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, he's not a switch hitter all of a sudden, is he? Like 0-1 the count to Del Carmen. Last year batted 5 for 23 with a double and 2 RBI. Takes outside ball 1. Up and away, 2-1. JD Martinez with a home run, and the Red Sox up on the Orioles. 11-1. Red Sox homer happy in these last 2 games. First against the Rangers, and now against the Orioles. Full count to Manny. And down low for ball 4, and Manny Del Carmen works a walk. Rifled onto Worthen Road with a car passing dangerously close to a 1-1. Two and one. Action warming again in the Merchants bullpen. As this is popped foul, and towards the Blue Sox bullpen to even the count at 2. One out here in the bottom of the 6th. So Nate Wolf getting an at-bat here for Aaron Barboza, as that misses the outside corner to fill the count. Payoff pitch is fouled off again. So Schroeder with a single, Manny Del Carmen a pinch hit walk, and now Nate Wolf in his first at-bat of the season with another full count for McNamara. This is laced into left field. Back goes Capo. He makes the catch, and the runners retreat to first and second. Yeah, that's got to be. But where though? Yeah. Yes, there is. There's that Lions Club Fair or whatever off of Route 2. When you're going eastbound towards the Rotary. Yeah, I know, right? Ross Curley takes strike one. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Low for ball one. No advance by the runners as the pitch skipped away from Barry temporarily. This is grounded down to the third baseline, foul. 1-2. Schroeder at second, Del Carmen at first. Well, I don't even live in Acton anymore, so like, yeah. As Ross fouls that one off again, it's still 1-2 to Ross. Right, and you need to call me in if I was still living in Acton to help back you up, but now with me living in Worcester, it's a little more difficult. Yeah. Yep. Far off lands. Downstairs 2-2. Well, and I'm too far away from Springfield where the actual armory is. I don't know. I used to play Magic tournaments in East Hartford where the Pratt and Whitney Aircraft Club was. Full count. This might be. I think it's got to be the fair in Acton. Might be the last pitch here for McNamara as it misses outside for ball 4. Another walk drawn by the Blue Sox. Here comes Dave Elligood, and that looks like it's going to be it for his starter. So Richie Burgos. Well, there was action warming. He's not taking him out yet. And yep, there's the hook. James McNamara will leave, responsible for all 3 runners on base. We'll have a pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. Blue Sox 4, Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is Tuesday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host their arch rivals, the Andre Chiefs, in the first of 4 meetings this season. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. New pitcher for the Merchants is Spencer Meyer, making his second appearance of the season. 2 nights ago against Somerville, he pitched 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, and struck out 1. This is his 3rd season with the Merchants. In his career, he's got a 2-1 record with 2 saves at a .531 ERA. In 30 and 3rd innings, he's allowed 40 hits, 28 runs, 23 of which are earned, walked 8, struck out 26, and surrendered 2 home runs. So Richie Burgos, the right-hander against the left-hander Meyer, with a chance to put this one out of reach. Meyer faced the Blue Sox twice last season and allowed 9 hits and 6 runs in an inning and a third. As that's on the inside corner for strike 1 to Burgos, who would love to erase his 0 for in a big way. He's 0 for 3 with a ground out to short, a fly out to left, and a fly out to center. As Burgos fouls that one off, and he's behind 0-2. Yeah, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 which are earned, walked 2 and struck out 2 in an inning and a third in 2 appearances for Meyer last year against the Blue Sox. As Burgos pops this one up into right field, and it'll be caught by the right fielder Lucy for the out. That retires the side. So the Blue Sox leave the bases loaded, and we go to the top of the 7th, closing time for the Blue Sox. Blue Sox 4, Merchants 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So Junior Pena will try to get a 6-out save here. He got the first 3 outs in the top of the 6th. What's he got here in the top of the 7th against the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Kevin Lucy, Trevor Ham, and Steve Rizzuto. Mandel Carmen stays in the game in left field. Kyle Adey moves from left to center, and Nate Wolf is in right. As this is going into foul territory, a sliding catch! Rory Bordick. A phenomenal running catch into foul territory. Down to his knees. An impressive out number 1. That'll bring up Trevor Ham, the first baseman. Ham 1 for 2 with a double, and he takes strike 1. So 5 2/3 for James McNamara, 1/3 of an inning for Spencer Myers. That's high for ball one. Two and one now to Ham. As he fouls that one off to even the count at 2. Rizzuto on deck. If anybody gets on, Chris Capo. Merchants led 1-0 after an inning and a half on a run scoring on an error by Curley. But the Blue Sox took the lead in the bottom half of that inning as that swung on miss for strike 3 by Ham. Took the lead in the bottom half of the inning on a bases clearing double with 2 outs by Dominic Zaire. 2 up, 2 down. Merchants down to their final out. It'll be in the person of Steve Rizzuto, who reached on that error I mentioned in the second and also struck out swinging. He takes ball one. Mike Gianellis in line for the win if this score holds up. Outside 2-0. Pena looking for his first save in a Blue Sox uniform as he fires a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Just 1 unearned run allowed by Blue Sox pitching tonight. That was by Gianellis. 2-2. Merchants down to their final strike. Pena accepts the sign from Schroeder and gets a swing and a miss for the final out of the ball game, and the Blue Sox have their first home win of 2019. So in a game that took 1 hour and 34 minutes, the winning pitcher is Mike Gianellis. He is 1-0. The losing pitcher is James McNamara, and he is 0-2. The save goes to Junior Pena, his first. No home runs. The final totals for the Merchants, who fall to 2-3. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 3 left. And for the Blue Sox, to improve to 3-1, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 8 left. Our players of the game are Mike Gianellis with 5 innings of 3-hit ball with 6 strikeouts and no walks. And Dominic Zaire going 1 for 1 with the game-winning bases clearing double in the second, double and a walk. So a good win for the Blue Sox on their only Friday night home game of the year, at least as it stands right now. Of course, rainouts and such pending later in the year, but we'll see what happens. Friday night's the best night to win a ball game, then Saturday, then Sunday, then Monday, then Tuesday. You get the idea. So with that said, this has been a presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox in association with Local Sports Productions, serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2019, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Lexington Blue Sox or Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast Tuesday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Andre Chiefs. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 4 and the Wakefield Merchants 1. My name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.